Welcome back to All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're revealing some coins that could be worth way more than you think. Stick around to find out. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're diving into a coin that might be hiding in your collection right now, or perhaps sitting in your pocket without you even realizing its true value. We're talking about the 2007 Montana State Quarter, part of the 50 State Quarters program. This coin, featuring the stunning beauty of the Big Sky country, has a special place in the hearts of collectors, and could be worth a whole lot more than you might think. Stay tuned as we uncover the rich history and potential value of the Montana State Quarter and reveal just how much it could be worth today. The 50 State Quarters program was a monumental initiative by the United States Mint that began in 1999. The goal was to commemorate each of the 50 states with a unique quarter design representing that state's history, landmarks, and culture. Over the years, these quarters have become iconic in American coinage. Each state's quarter has its own distinct look, and some designs have become particularly coveted by collectors due to their rarity, minting errors, or historical significance. Among these coins, the 2007 Montana State Quarter stands out. Montana, known for its vast plains, rugged mountains, and natural beauty, is famously referred to as the Treasure State due to its rich mining history. The Montana Quarter features a beautiful design, with a bison standing proudly in front of the majestic Rocky Mountains, accompanied by the inscription Big Sky Country, which captures the grandeur of this vast, open state. It's a simple yet powerful representation of Montana's natural heritage and the history of the American West. But here's the thing, while millions of these Montana State Quarters were minted and distributed, only a small percentage of them remain in exceptional condition. Most of the coins were circulated and have the typical wear and tear that comes with regular use. However, there are a few gems out there, coins that have stayed in pristine, uncirculated condition, and these are the ones that truly catch the eye of collectors. The key to understanding the value of a coin like the Montana State Quarter lies in its rarity and condition. In terms of production, the U.S. Mint released tens of millions of these coins across multiple mints, with the Philadelphia Mint marking the coin with the P mint mark. But just because a coin is common doesn't mean it's not valuable, especially if it's in flawless or near-perfect condition. Coins that have remained in such pristine states are rare, and because of their relative scarcity, they become highly sought after. But wait, there's more to the story. Another factor that can drive up the value of the Montana State Quarter is the possibility of a minting error. Minting errors can occur when something goes wrong during the production process, whether it's a die break, off-center strike, doubling of the design, or any other type of anomaly. These errors create unique, one-of-a-kind coins that stand out from the typical issue and are especially prized by collectors. A Montana State Quarter with a minting error is much rarer and can be worth significantly more than a regular, error-free version. Imagine stumbling upon a Montana State Quarter with a minting flaw that makes it completely unique. That's exactly what collectors are looking for. Finding one of these errors can be like finding a hidden treasure, as these coins often go for much higher than their face value. For many collectors, the hunt for these rare variants is part of the excitement. Now let's talk about the big reveal. Just how much could the Montana State Quarter be worth? Well, it all comes down to condition and any potential errors the coin may have. If you happen to have a Montana State Quarter that has remained uncirculated, or if you've got one that has a rare error or minting anomaly, you could be looking at a value of up to $45,000. That's right, $45,000. It's incredible to think that a quarter from the 50 State Quarters program could be worth so much, but when you consider the rarity of these pristine specimens or the unique value of error coins, it becomes clear why they can command such a high price. Imagine finding a coin like this sitting in your collection, perhaps forgotten in a drawer or tucked away in a coin jar. It could be worth a small fortune. If you're a collector, now is the perfect time to take another look at your Montana State Quarters. Inspect the coins carefully, especially those that have been stored away in pristine condition or seem to stand out in any way. And if you're just getting into coin collecting, remember to keep an eye out for these types of coins, because the Montana State Quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become an extraordinary treasure. Coin collecting is a thrilling hobby because it's not just about the coins you already have, it's about the coins you might find, the history they represent, and the value they hold. And with coins like the Montana State Quarter, there's always the chance you could be holding onto something that could be worth a fortune. Second rare coin, we've got an exciting coin to talk about, and if you're a fan of rare treasures, you won't want to miss this one. We're diving into the 2000 Maryland State Quarter, part of the famous 50 State Quarters program. This coin is not only a piece of American history but could also be worth far more than you might expect. Stick around, and by the end of the video, we'll reveal just how much this Maryland State Quarter could be worth today. Let's take a trip back to the year 2000. The United States Mint was in the middle of its ambitious project, the 50 State Quarters program. This was a massive undertaking where each state would have a unique design featured on the back of a quarter, commemorating their history, culture, and symbols of importance. As the program progressed, collectors began to pay more attention, and some of these quarters started to become highly sought after, especially those from specific years or states. The Maryland State Quarter is the seventh coin released in the series, and it celebrates Maryland's important role in American history. Maryland was one of the original 13 colonies and played a key role in the founding of the United States. The coin's design features the image of the Maryland State House, which is the oldest state capitol still in continuous use, and the design also includes the state's nickname, the Old Line State, reflecting Maryland's prominent role during the American Revolution. In addition to these historical elements, the quarter showcases a beautiful, intricate rendering of the state's rich heritage. But here's the twist: while millions of these quarters were minted, only a select few remain in pristine condition today. The 2000 Maryland State Quarter, like many others from the program, was initially produced in vast quantities for general circulation. Most of them went into people's pockets, were spent, and eventually became worn down through everyday use. However, coins that have survived in excellent, uncirculated condition are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is finding coins that are in exceptional condition, and the Maryland State Quarter is no exception. Most collectors look for coins that haven't been scratched, scuffed, or tarnished. If you happen to have one that's been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, you may be holding onto something truly valuable. These coins often fetch much higher prices than their face value, and when they appear in the market, they can draw considerable attention from serious collectors. But the story doesn't end there. Another factor that makes the 2000 Maryland State Quarter potentially more valuable is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors are a huge deal in the world of coin collecting. These can range from simple flaws like double strikes to more complex errors like off-center strikes or die cracks. When a coin has an unusual characteristic, it immediately becomes more appealing to collectors because it's one of a kind. If you happen to have a 2000 Maryland State Quarter with an error, it could be worth a significant amount more than the typical issue. Now, let's talk numbers. The value of most 2000 Maryland State Quarters is relatively modest. After all, they were minted in large quantities. However, certain versions of this coin, especially those in uncirculated condition or with minting errors, can command impressive prices. So, how much could this coin really be worth if you have a perfect specimen or one with an error? You're probably wondering how much all of this is worth. Well, after some careful examination, and based on the rarity of these uncirculated or error coins, the value of a pristine 2000 Maryland State Quarter can reach up to $60,000. That's right, $60,000. A quarter worth $60,000 might seem too good to be true, but when you consider how rare it is to find one in perfect condition or with an error, you can see how this coin can skyrocket in value. It's hard to believe that a simple quarter from the 50 State Quarters program could be worth that much, but in the world of numismatics, rarity, condition, and unique characteristics are what make coins like the Maryland State Quarter stand out. So, if you happen to have a Maryland State Quarter lying around or if you're out hunting for rare finds, take a closer look at it. You might just have a valuable treasure in your hands. The best part about coin collecting is that you never really know what you might come across next. You could have a rare coin sitting in your collection, or you could spot one while searching through your pocket change. So, if you're into collecting or if you've just recently started your coin collection, make sure to pay attention to your Maryland state quarters. A coin that seems ordinary to most could be hiding an incredible value. Third expensive coin, we have a coin that you might not expect to hold as much value as it does. We're diving into the fascinating world of the New Hampshire State Quarter, which was released in 2000 as part of the highly successful 50 State Quarters program. You may have come across one of these quarters before, but did you know it could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents? Stick with us as we uncover the rich history, the rare qualities, and the potential value of the New Hampshire State Quarter. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll want to take a closer look at that quarter in your pocket. The 50 State Quarters program was a groundbreaking initiative by the U.S. Mint, launched in 1999. Each state was honored with its own unique quarter design, and these coins were released in the order that each state joined the Union. New Hampshire, the ninth state to join the United States, was commemorated with its own quarter in 2000, featuring a design that highlights one of the most iconic symbols of the state, the Old Man of the Mountain. If you're not familiar with the Old Man of the Mountain, it was a natural rock formation in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, resembling a face in profile. It was an emblem of New Hampshire, proudly displayed on the state's license plates and used in many other state symbols. Unfortunately, the Old Man collapsed in 2003, making the quarter even more poignant as it represents a piece of history that no longer exists in the same form. This emotional connection to New Hampshire's history adds a layer of importance to the coin, as it memorializes a landmark that was once a proud feature of the state. On the reverse side of the New Hampshire State Quarter, you'll see the image of the Old Man of the Mountain with the inscription, "Live Free or Die," New Hampshire's state motto. This phrase, which was famously coined by General John Stark in 1809, captures the state's fiercely independent spirit. The design beautifully reflects the state's values of freedom, strength, and resilience. While the New Hampshire State Quarter might seem like just another coin from the 50 State Quarter series, there's more to it than meets the eye. Let's talk about why this particular coin is so valuable. Like many of the other state quarters, the New Hampshire Quarter was initially released in large quantities for everyday use. The United States Mint produced millions of these quarters, which means most of them have been in circulation for decades, and many of them show signs of wear and tear. Over time, coins lose their value due to scratches, tarnish, and other imperfections from constant handling. However, a coin that has been carefully preserved in uncirculated condition is much rarer, and that's where the real value lies. A New Hampshire State Quarter in pristine condition, free from any damage or signs of wear, could fetch a price that far exceeds its face value. And that's exactly what makes this coin special. Though it was minted in large numbers, uncirculated or well-preserved examples are hard to find, and they're highly coveted by collectors. But what makes this coin even more intriguing is the possibility of minting errors. When coins are produced, sometimes mistakes happen during the minting process. These errors could range from slight misalignments to doubling of the design, and when collectors spot these flaws, they can be worth a lot more than their standard counterparts. If you have a New Hampshire State Quarter with a minting error, that could drastically increase its value. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much could the New Hampshire State Quarter be worth if you have one in exceptional condition or with an error? The answer may surprise you. While most of these coins are still relatively affordable, there are specific examples of the 2000 New Hampshire State Quarter that can be valued as high as $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000. This value is typically reserved for uncirculated examples in pristine condition or for coins that have a rare minting error. If you happen to have a New Hampshire State Quarter that's been carefully stored away, never touched by circulation, or one that has a unique flaw from the minting process, you could have a rare treasure on your hands. Coin collecting is a hobby that blends history, art, and the potential for great discovery. The New Hampshire state quarter is just one example of how a simple coin can tell a much larger story and become far more valuable than you might ever expect. So, take a moment to inspect the quarters you have. Look for any minting errors or any examples that are in pristine condition. Those could be the ones that are worth a lot more than you think. Now, we've got a coin that might surprise you in terms of its value. It's the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter. If you've ever wondered about the potential worth of coins from the 50 State Quarters program, then you're in for an exciting discovery. Stick around as we dive into the fascinating history of this quarter, the special features that make it valuable, and the unbelievable price it could fetch today. The 50 State Quarters program was an incredible initiative by the United States Mint, launched in 1999. Each quarter in the series celebrated a different state, showcasing the state's unique history, culture, and symbols. With over 50 coins in total, the program caught the attention of both collectors and the general public. But today, we're focusing on one coin in particular, the Mississippi State Quarter, released in 2002. Mississippi, a state steeped in rich history, played a major role in shaping the country, from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement. The Mississippi Quarter's design is a beautiful tribute to the state's cultural heritage. On the reverse side of the coin, we see an image of the Mississippi State Capitol, with a magnolia flower, the state's official flower, gracing the coin as well. The magnolia is not just a symbol of Mississippi's beauty, but also represents the strength and resilience of the people who call it home. The design is simple yet powerful, capturing both the historical importance and natural beauty of Mississippi. The coin's inscription, the Magnolia State, reflects the state's deep-rooted identity and its association with the magnolia tree, which has become a symbol of the South itself. While millions of Mississippi State Quarters were released to circulation, only a small fraction of them were preserved in uncirculated condition. Many of these quarters went through daily transactions, becoming worn and scratched over time. Coins that have stayed in excellent condition are much rarer and can be worth significantly more than their face value. If you're a coin collector or just starting your collection, you know that one of the most important factors that determine a coin's value is its condition. Coins that have not been circulated or that have been carefully stored away are far more desirable to collectors. The Mississippi State Quarter, like many others in the 50 State Quarters program, was produced in large quantities, making it relatively common in the marketplace. However, finding one that is in pristine, uncirculated condition is much harder to come by, and that's where the value begins to increase. Another exciting factor that makes this quarter so special is the possibility of minting errors. Coins that were incorrectly struck or misaligned during the minting process are highly prized by collectors. These coins often have unique characteristics that make them one of a kind, such as double strikes, off-center designs, or other noticeable flaws. If you have a Mississippi State Quarter with a minting error, you could be sitting on a rare find that could dramatically increase in value. So, how much could this Mississippi State Quarter be worth if you have one in excellent condition, or even better, one with a minting error? Well, as it turns out, coins in perfect condition or with minting mistakes can be worth a lot more than you might think. For example, a 2002 Mississippi State Quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch an impressive value. If you happen to have one of these rare, near-perfect specimens, it could be worth $44,000. That's right, $44,000. For a quarter. It might seem unbelievable, but this is the reality of coin collecting. A rare, mint-condition quarter or a coin with a unique flaw can be worth far more than its face value. It's a great reminder that the coins you come across, even if they seem ordinary at first glance, could have a hidden treasure inside them. Coin collecting is an exciting and rewarding hobby, not only because you get to explore the fascinating history behind each coin, but because you never know when you might discover something that could be worth thousands of dollars. The Mississippi State Quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly regular coin can become a sought-after item in the world of numismatics. So, what should you do if you think you have a Mississippi State Quarter that might be valuable? Start by checking its condition. Look for any signs of wear or scratches, and if it's in pristine condition, it could be worth far more than a regular quarter. Then, Keep an eye out for any minting errors or unusual features. These can significantly increase the value of the coin. Last unique coin, we're talking about a coin that might be sitting in your collection right now or perhaps even in your spare change. We're diving into the 2014 Arches National Park Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series. This stunning coin is not only a tribute to one of the most iconic natural landmarks in the United States but also a coin that could be worth far more than you think. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be shocked to learn just how much this quarter could fetch in the right condition. The Arches National Park Quarter was released in 2014 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This program started in 2010 and features designs that honor national parks and public lands across the United States. Each coin in the series showcases the beauty and history of these treasured sites, and the Arches Quarter is no exception. Arches National Park, located in southeastern Utah, is famous for its stunning natural stone arches, which were formed over millions of years through erosion and other geological processes. The park features over 2,000 natural stone arches, and the design of this quarter highlights one of the most famous and recognizable formations, the north window. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a beautiful depiction of this iconic arch, with the words "Arches" and "Utah" inscribed. The artwork captures the breathtaking beauty of the park's unique landscape, making it a piece of art in its own right. The front side of the quarter, as usual, features the profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States, but the real standout here is the detailed reverse design. If you've ever been to Arches National Park, or even if you haven't, the coin evokes a sense of wonder and appreciation for the stunning natural wonders of our country. But why is this quarter potentially worth so much more than its face value? Let's dive into that. Like many coins, the 2014 Arches National Park Quarter was minted in large quantities for circulation, so you'll likely find many of these quarters in circulation or in people's coin jars. However, the value of these quarters lies in their condition. Most of the coins you'll come across have likely been through years of daily use, meaning they could be worn, scratched, or even tarnished. But there's a catch: coins that have been well preserved and remain in uncirculated, pristine condition can fetch a much higher price than you might expect. If you're a collector, you know that the condition of a coin is everything. A coin that looks as good as new, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, can be a rare find. But the Arches National Park Quarter isn't just special because of its pristine condition. There's also the possibility of minting errors, which is where things get really interesting. Minting errors happen when there's a mistake during the coin's production, like double strikes, misalignments, or even unusual features that weren't meant to appear on the coin. Coins with these types of errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're unique, and that rarity drives up their value. So, if you happen to have a 2014 Arches National Park Quarter that's in perfect, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a minting error, you might have a small fortune on your hands. These coins are becoming increasingly rare, and collectors are eager to get their hands on high-quality examples. A pristine Arches National Park Quarter in excellent condition, or one with an error, could be worth far more than just 25 cents. Now, let's talk numbers. While most Arches quarters are worth their face value or just a bit more depending on their condition, some of the more rare and well-preserved coins can sell for a lot more. The price for a 2014 Arches National Park Quarter in excellent condition could go as high as $10,000. Yes, that's right, $10,000. For a quarter. It might sound unbelievable, but when you consider the rarity of uncirculated coins or error coins, it's not out of the realm of possibility. This incredible price is reserved for those rare, pristine coins or coins with significant minting errors that stand out from the rest. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable quarters? Start by checking the condition of the coin, look for signs of wear and tear, and if you find one that looks brand new, keep it safe. Then, examine the coin for any unusual features or minting errors. If it has something unique or a flaw that wasn't intended, that could drastically increase its value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 2014 Arches National Park quarter is a perfect example of how a coin from a popular program can turn into something much more valuable over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, it's always worth taking the time to check the condition of the coins you come across. You never know, you could be holding onto a rare find that's worth far more than you imagined. So, next time you get a chance to pick up a 2014 Arches National Park quarter, take a closer look. It might just be worth a lot more than 25 cents, and you could be sitting on a hidden treasure worth $10,000. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot them, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Who knows? Your next coin could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.